Hello, I hope you're doing well. I am here to discuss with you the guide that I have created just for you, how to care for indoor plants. So this guide is broken up into 5 main steps: choosing the right plant, picking out the pot and soil, exposure to sunlight, correct watering, and finally identifying and treating common ailments. This may seem like a lot, and it kind of is, but keep in mind that you don't have to know all of this right off the bat. This guide is something that you can refer to as you go. It's more of a reference guide, so don't get too caught up in trying to learn everything all at once. Just go to the sections that you need as you need them. In particular, step 1 is choosing the right plant. Obviously, if you want to be an indoor gardener, you have to get yourself a plant. This section discusses where to buy your plant. You can go to department stores, home improvement shops, or specialty shops. It talks about the different price points here and differences in quality. It helps you decide which plant to buy, considering different factors like light preference and how easy they are to care for. And it also tells you how to choose a healthy plant. Then moving on to step 2, picking out the pot and soil. The first thing here is choosing the right pot. It discusses a few different materials you can have: plastic, ceramic, or terracotta, and their strengths and weaknesses. It also talks about what size pot you should get and when to size up. And it talks about pre-made soil mixes you can grab from the store, or if you're interested in making your own soil mix, it gives you a recipe for that as well. So very informative step here. Next is step 3, which is exposure to sunlight. This starts off by defining some key terminology for light preferences that you'll see a lot when shopping for plants, such as defining direct versus indirect light. It also goes into windows and how, depending on their cardinal direction, they get different amounts of light and which plants prefer these spaces, and also tells you how to identify if your plant is getting too much or too little light. Next is step 4. It might be the most important step in my opinion. It is correct watering. It tells you when you should water, how to check things like moisture level, and shows you signs of underwatering or overwatering. It also goes into detail on different watering techniques, top versus bottom watering, and how to prevent issues like mineral buildup that can come about when you're using water that has excess salts in it. And finally, step 5 is identifying and treating common ailments. This step talks about different parasites and pests, how to identify and get rid of a few of these, and some of the issues they can cause if you leave them untreated. It also talks about diseases and stress, different illnesses your plants can get, how to identify and treat these, and also list the symptoms of these as well, because you're going to run into these problems no matter what eventually. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope that you enjoy this guide and that you find it useful, and I wish you luck on your gardening endeavors.